Welcome to Good News Heroes on U-Nite Radio. I'm Jenna. Thanks for tuning in. Last time on Good News Heroes, Eric Liddell arrived in China to be a missionary school teacher. But the war might mean Eric won't have any students. Let's join Piper, Logan, and Uncle Mike to find out what happens next.
Wait just a minute, Logan.
Yeah, Miss Vicky?
Can I talk to you for a minute?
Oh, did I do something wrong?
Oh, no, sorry, kiddo. It did sound like you were in trouble, didn't it?
Yeah.
Well, it's a good thing that I want to talk to you about, I promise.
Okay, what's up?
So I was talking with Lizzie, the girl who leads childcare for the Mom's Bible Study, and she had an idea that you might be able to help with. You see, most of the boys are about 4 or 5, and they have a lot of energy. The nursery room we usually keep them in is kind of small and not a great place for them to play the way they want to. Lizzie was hoping that someone could join them to lead the boys in playing a sport outside during the Bible study, and I thought of you.
Me?
Yeah, you're always such a great helper to the younger kids during kids' church, and I've seen you play soccer. You're really good. It would be great for the kids to play with someone a little bit older than them who would also be a good example of someone who loves Jesus.
Yeah, that sounds like fun. I could play soccer with them. And I know other sports too, so we could play whatever they want.
Great. I've already mentioned this idea to your parents, but I'll send them all the details. Sound good to you?
Yeah, thanks, Miss Vicky.
Okay, thanks, Logan. See you next week.
See you next week.
What did Miss Vicky want?
She wants me to help the Mom's Bible Study by playing soccer with the kids while the moms meet.
Ooh, what did you tell her?
I said yes.
Oh, that's awesome!
I'm sure those kids will love playing with you.
Maybe you'll finally get a strong competitor to play with.
I don't know. They are little kids after all.
We'll see if any of the kids are good after your first few games with them.
Did you know this was going to happen?
Not until this morning.
Miss Vicky found us before church started and asked us if she could talk to you about it.
Okay.
You think we planned all of this?
I know you didn't plan it, but someone did.
I think you already know who.
Yeah. If I was in club soccer, I'd be too busy to help out. Then I wouldn't get to serve God or help the kids. God must want me to be there.
I think you're right, Logan.
Speaking of God wanting people places, can Logan and I ride to lunch with Uncle Mike so we can talk about Eric Liddell some more?
Mike?
I'm up for it.
All right then. See you guys at the restaurant.
So, did Eric's school ever get students?
Yeah. And did the war get really bad? War gets in the way of missionaries a lot.
Patience, patience. All of your questions will be answered. So, when Eric first got to China, he spent some vacation time with his family. He hadn't seen them in years. After their visit, he went to the Anglo-Chinese college. Eric and the other missionary teachers prayed for students, and God answered. They didn't have as many as they were used to, but it was enough. Eric got along very well with his students. He led classes, Bible studies, and even became a sports coach for them. God used Eric to lead many students to believe in Jesus as their Savior. Even with all the fighting, those first few years back in China were great for Eric. He even met another missionary named Florence.
Did they get married?
Yes, Piper. After Florence finished nursing school, they got married and settled in China. Soon, they had 2 little girls, Patricia and Heather. Eric loved watching his girls grow up in China. It reminded him a lot of how he and his brother grew up. But sadly, the China Patricia and Heather were growing up in was still changing, and not for the better.
Oh no! More war?
You guessed it. World War II was about to begin. But before it officially began, many countries went through horrible fighting that made their cities more dangerous. China at the time was fighting with Japan. The fighting hurt innocent Chinese people the most. As the fighting got worse, God started to lead Eric to serve him in a different way. But to do it, Eric would have to make a big sacrifice.
Robert, good to see you.
Good to see you too. My goodness, Patricia and Heather have gotten so big since I last saw them. Watching them play reminds me of when we were their age, and I think they are just as fast.
You know, Florence says they get it from us.
I think she's right. Listen, I need to talk to you about something.
What's going on?
do you remember living in Xiaojiang when we were children?
A little, but I was only 5 when we left. Was that the city that had the sign that said, Chinese and foreigners, all one home?
That's the one. Although, I'm afraid that sign isn't true anymore. Things are a mess now. The same people who knew our parents and loved them so much now look at me and call me a foreign devil. They need someone to blame their problems on. Foreigners are easy targets. But when you see the horrible things they've suffered, it's easy to understand why. The Japanese army has been moving closer, and the closer they come, the worse the fighting gets. Villages are being burned, innocent people are being killed. Children are losing their parents.
Oh dear. That is horrible. How have you been doing through all of it?
The Lord has been my helper, and that is enough. The hospital I work at has been flooded with patients injured in the fighting. They're desperate, sad, and in need of hope. The other missionaries and I have had many chances to share the hope of Jesus while caring for them. God has even used these horrible events to show people how wonderful He is and tell them that He sent Jesus to save them from sin. But we need more help.
You want me to come to Xiaojiang, don't you?
Yes. God's given you so many talents that are needed there now. You're fast and strong, so you can help rescue the hurt and bring them to the hospital. And you can tell them about Jesus. We need you and the gifts God has given you. I've talked and prayed with the other missionaries, and we all agree you're the best one to join us. There's just one problem.
What is it?
If you come, you would have to leave Florence and the girls behind.
I thought you'd say that.
I'm sorry, Eric. I don't want you to have to leave your family.
I know, but Xiaojiang isn't safe. Actually, Florence and I have been having some similar conversations. It isn't just Xiaojiang that's becoming more dangerous. All of China is too. We've prayed about sending Florence and the girls to stay with her parents in Canada. They'd be safe there. We know God wants me here, but we haven't been sure where exactly. I think God's just used you to show us the answer.
So, you'll come?
Yes, I'll come. Give me a few days to say goodbye to my family. Then, whatever happens is in God's hands.
Welcome back to Xiaojiang, Eric. I'm Nurse Annie Bakken.
Thank you, Nurse Bakken.
Eric, this is Wang Fengju. He speaks another dialect of the local language. He'll help interpret for you.
Good to meet you, Wang.
You as well. Nurse Bakken has told me a lot about you.
I hate to interrupt, but we need to get right to work. We've just received a message that an injured soldier needs help. He was hurt in a battle. He's about 20 miles from here. Do you think you can find him and bring him here for treatment?
With God's help, we can.
Wang, Eric here won a gold medal in the Olympics for running. You think you can keep up with him?
I'll do my best.
All right, we'll be waiting for you to return. We'll be praying for you.
Thank you. If you pull the cart, I can keep up with you on my bike.
I can do that. Ready?
Let's go.
Be careful, Eric. We must act as normal as possible so that we don't attract attention from the Japanese soldiers.
Right. Thank you, Wang. Hello? I'm from the hospital in Xiaojiang. I heard that someone needs our help.
Yes, he is hiding in the temple right down the road. It was the only place we could put him. If the Japanese soldiers found out someone was hiding an enemy, they would kill everyone in the home. You must hurry. I heard the Japanese soldiers are coming back, and they must be close by now.
My friend and I will find him and take care of him. Thank you. He's in the temple, but Japanese soldiers are coming soon. We must hurry.
Okay, let's go. Hello? Does anyone need help? We're here to rescue you.
Over here. Please.
We're coming.
Here, we'll get you to a hospital. Hang on.
Stop! Please, stop!
Do you need help?
Are you going to the hospital?
We are. Does someone need help?
Please, a man in our village was attacked. He'll die without help. Please, can you take him too?
The cart is small, but I'm sure we can make room for one more. Take us to him.
Here, inside here.
Whoa! What happened to him?
Goodness.
The wound on his neck. It's like nothing I've ever seen before.
Last week, the Japanese army attacked our village. They arrested 6 men they thought were spying on them, including him. One by one, they made the men bow down and they cut off their heads. But he wouldn't bow. A Japanese soldier was furious, cut his neck while he was standing, then left him for dead. But somehow he lived. But he needs a hospital or he won't survive. Please, can you help him?
We'll do our best. The road is dangerous.
But it's worth it to try and save him.
All right, help us carry him to the cart.
We better hurry. The bombs are getting closer.
Will we be able to make it to the hospital in time?
I don't know, but we have to try.
Okay, let's hurry.
Oh, thank you.
Dear God, please keep us safe.
Wow, it's a good thing God made Eric super fast.
Yeah, but can he outrun bombs?
Well, how about we pick up the other story later? We're here and I am starving.
Will Eric and Wang make it safely to the hospital? Tune in next time to Good News Heroes to find out.